When Ovidio Teco's Amazon homeland was declared untouchable by the Bolivian government in 2011, his war had been won. The concerns of people like him had been listened to. Their beautiful and ancient land would not be carved in two by a 190-mile highway. That year, a demonstration half a decade in the making saw thousands of indigenous people march for nearly 2 months to the Bolivian capital, La Paz, protesting over the route that would have cut through the heart of the park. The marchers endured tear gas and truncheons at the hands of the authorities, but they persevered, won an audience with President Evo Morales, and forced the government's hand. The road was shelved in the Isoburo Secure Indigenous Territory and National Park. Tipnis was granted a new special status, rendering it off-limits to such major and invasive building projects. But 6 years later, the Bolivian government has backtracked. A bill rushed through Congress, culminating in the stroke of a pen by Morales on Sunday, 13th of August, nullifies the park's status as untouchable, paving the way for the road to be built after all. Teco is seated at the head of his kitchen table. His voice trembles as he gesticulates fervently. They lied, nothing more. After the march we thought the park would not be touched. This situation is all lies. Teco is a small-time farmer of cacao, the base product of chocolate, in the Mojano community of Gondanovia, a remote settlement of about 40 families in the northeast of the park. It sits meters from the silently flowing Isoburo River, the piece punctuated only by the puff of pink river dolphins surfacing to breathe. Alligators line the banks, motionless, mouths agape, as they take in the sun. Spanning an area of 1.2 hectares, Tipnis is home to close to 14,000 inhabitants, mainly indigenous people of the Mojano Trinitario, Araucarian and Tsimane groups. Like Teco, many fear building a road through the park will destroy its biodiversity. A 2011 study by the Program for Strategic Investigation in Bolivia forecasts 64% deforestation of the park within 18 years if the road is built. It's not the road itself. It's what comes with it. Coca producers will go and settle down and get new land inside the park. And after that comes, they take the wood, plant coca leaves, etc. And where the road will run is the richest part, says Pablo Solon, a former ambassador to the UN, who resigned from the Morales administration in 2011 over the Tipnis dispute. 300 km 300 miles Beni Brazil La Paz Bolivia. The 190-mile Tipnis road will run through the Isoburo Secure Indigenous Territory and National Park. Trinidad Tipnis 50 km Cochabamba 50 miles. The park's heartland, where the planned road will run, is sacred to many indigenous groups and is where the animals take refuge during the rainy season, and where many indigenous people go to hunt them. The day the government rips up the land, this is all going to disappear. Who is going to suffer? It will be us who live in Tipnis. The animals will die. And so will we, says Teco. The government claims that removing the land's untouchable status is necessary to provide basic services to the local communities and construct educational and healthcare facilities. It also repeatedly cites a 2012 consultation that indicated the move was backed by locals. It was their decision. They want to improve their living conditions. They want a road, says Susana Rivero Guzman, a deputy in Bolivia's ruling Movimiento al Socialismo, MAS, party, noting the consultation found 58 of 68 communities in Tipnis backed removing untouchability. But locals claim the survey was rigged. They say that only carefully selected people in the various communities were consulted, and those who took part were granted perks. They gave the people cell phones, they gave them cookers, they gave them televisions, they gave them grants, they gave them motors. So that in the end, they saw that they wanted the road. Everything was shady, says Teco. A joint assessment by the International Federation of Human Rights, the Bolivian Permanent Assembly of Human Rights and the Catholic Church in 2016 concluded that the consultation had been neither free nor informed and did not respect the principle of good faith. Some residents could stomach a road through the park, if it gave them greater access to the outside world, but the proposed route, connecting Villa Tunari and San Ignacio de Moxos, runs through the center of the park, far away from the communities, which are concentrated along its eastern flank. If there were some benefits, I would support it. But there is not one benefit for us, says Carmen Lenny, a school teacher in Gondanovia, swatting mosquitoes from her legs with a tea towel. If it allowed people to send and bring goods, it would be okay, but this will not be the result. The road will not come through here. Adolfo Moy, a former community leader, agreed. Absolutely, I would be in favor of a road that served the community.